It is time for Dennis and Duel Link's our brand new Arc 5 character. Now we have got some more to go through. We've got the announcement of the Worlds qualifiers for Speed Duel and for Rush Duel, and it's going to be happening on the same time, right? We've got a Rush Stage 1 into Stage 2 and a Speed 1 happening at the same time into the qualifiers next weekend. I get why they're doing both at the same time, but it feels really bad with Rush getting 4 days basically to qualify for the first stage versus like 12 for Speed Duel. It doesn't kind of sit with me right, and I hope we get double the rewards somehow, like we would for a Go Rush Festival and a KC Cup, but I think we'll get less gems, right, the same as normal, and they'll just kind of skimp us out on that one. That'll be kind of annoying, but this should be fun, right? We're getting a new Rush box, spoilers later today, video on that one. Should be a speed box as well, and a campaign with Blue Eyes maybe for Rush Duel, and for Vrains or something, we don't know, but that'll be pretty fun. Then we've got the bigger update in my opinion, is the addition of brand new card pools for the box chips. Now, before we had, I think, up to the pre-5Ds World box, the Stardust one. Now, it's up until the Christmas New Year's Day main box for that world, right? The Revolution Beginning, I think it was, with Fabled in, which now kind of makes sense with the box coming out. No pickup box for this archetype, they were available by box chips. This is really, really big, right? Black Wings as well. You've got like most of your cards there, the early ones, and now in this chips, and so eventually we'll get more in there, and this just makes the game cheaper. Right, I think I'm maxed out on box chips, and so I think we'll be going on a spending spree at some point to get some cards in this one, because this is the best update they've done, and you get box chips really, really quickly nowadays. It's been a good kind of steady stream of giving them to us, which has been really, really nice. Now, on to Dennis, because we've got a 2-week-long event, and this is fine, right? Last year we had the raid event for Quinton, I believe it was, happening at the same time, and that was the same length, so this is okay. There's Auto Duel the Gate, and so hopefully you can now level up your characters ready for the big Frames World main box coming at the end of May. Fingers crossed. So let's dive into Dennis and see, is his cards and skills going to be worth fun? I have been told to go and check out the deck because I believe there is something cool in here. So let's see. Guaranteed copy of Trapeze Magician as a glossy. Okay, that is the first time in a while we've had a guaranteed ace in a star deck, right? I think Duke had it in him. I think maybe Bukura have one? Dark Summoners Bukura, I think. Also got the wands, right, for the skill, which we're getting. So this seems fine, right? Trapeze is a really cool boss for spellcaster decks that can make it. You could play this in Match Dust, which I think is kind of the go-to place for this. It can stop damage, right, which I guess is kind of cool once on the field. And then make a monster control attack twice, which is not too bad, but it's then popped into the turn. And then if this card's destroyed, it then floats into a formation from your deck, which is not the worst effect in the world, right? Let's see what we've got. So first of all, is a brand new card, Barbaria. This is a protection spell for Performing Powers and Perform Mages, and it's a once per turn for each Perform Power and Perform Mage on your field. So this is fine, right? It kind of reminds me of the Aqua Actress cards, right? The Aquarium Stage and the set, and I think those are better than this card, but this maybe is a one-of in Perform Mages if you want to play it, but beyond that, I don't think you will see this card see play all that much. Then we've got, at 7, a Stilts Launcher. Now this one is a free special summon if there's no monster on the field, which does that include your opponents and not just yours, meaning that it's kind of dead going second? Is that what that's trying to say? Because if so, that's not great. But also, when you do, you can't almost summon a set. And so this is really, really restrictive, right? If you summon this off of your Trapeze Magician's effect, the flow effect, then this is fine, but beyond that, this doesn't seem all that amazing, right? There is an effect as well to deal some more burn damage when it's in the graveyard, and that's kind of neat, but beyond that, this doesn't seem to kind of jive, really, with the rest of the deck being ranked for spam-ish targets, so it feels like a bit of an outlier. Then we've got, at level 10, of course, the return of the fabled URSR choice stick, and these are, you know, I would prefer, of course, to get a brand new card, but I think it's been a while, right, since we've had our last one. That's kind of funny, right? They've put Shay right between the two fusion people. That's, because in the show, these guys are hunting him, basically, so that's kind of funny. So then we've got a Trapeze Magician at 11, okay, second copy. That's pretty cool. And I believe that's going to be it for the new cards, right? Another copy of the Barbaria, another ticket. We've got a second copy of this, a third ticket, a second one of this, third copy, fourth ticket, third copy, and a fourth copy of Trapeze Magician. Now this one doesn't make any sense, and this one is what pisses me off more so than even the tickets, because tickets at least have a value for new players. This doesn't. This is kind of like the canon thing all over again when One cannon had 230 cards, the other one had another 2, and so it really makes no sense, right? Unless they did a plan initially to give us something like Plush Fire as a one-off, kind of like Yugo got the Speedroid card as his last card, and then they decided, no, well, actually, we're not doing that. That's kind of a bit too good. Maybe that was the thinking there, and they decided to throw in whatever. It could have been a reprint card, could have been another ticket, it would have been even better than another reprint of a card we can't use, but sure, that's just, you're gonna play 1 or 2 of the Trees Magician, you're gonna maybe play 1 of this in Pure, but not in Pure, this won't see play, and this is a one-off. Overall, not really the best cards, right, and it's because they put them in the box, right, so if his character had the Damage Juggler and the Trick Clown, it'd have been way better, but of course he doesn't now. Can his skills make up for it? So in terms of generic stuff, we've got the Pendulum Summon skill, we've got Power of Dark, Overlay Gain, Level Dupe, Draw Sense for Light, Earth Pendulum, Exceeds Light Rays, the brand new one, which is not too shabby, right, but I think this new one is better. Life Point Boost X4, and this really should have been an archive skill, but I kind of get why they haven't, but it does mean we now need more Exceeds characters to come to give this skill. So you've got to have 2 more rank 4 Exceeds or low monsters in your deck, which is fine. Any auto deck can put it in, right? Utopia package, Suship as well, this skill is really good for. At the start of the duel, gain 600 life points. That is going to be way better than Boost Alpha. It's better than Beta, Gamma, and Omega without the downside. That's cool. In the end phase, you gain 400 life points if you've got rank 4 Exceeds on your field. It's just a skill that's full of pluses, that's good for generic farming. Just would have been nice to be on more characters, that's all. Then we've got the Performage Wand Juggling, which is, this is the one that gives you kind of a recycle for a wand in your hand or Performage from your deck, which isn't bad, right? Or it adds a wand from outside your deck by putting Performage in your hand back to the bottom of your deck. Now, are you ever going to use that part of the skill? Probably not. It does lock you into Performage's level 4 spellcaster, which is not the best, but it's a fun little gimmicky reference skill. I think he uses cards in the anime. I would imagine he did. If he didn't, then that's kind of weird. But it's not like the worst skill in the world, right? It's a skill that isn't going to be seen play because it's a better skill being the Acrobat. No, it's not this one. This one is the generic-ish spellcaster. Reshuffle from your graveyard into your deck to then add a Performation from your deck to your hand or send it to graveyard. Now, this can set up the Damage Juggler in the graveyard to get the banish off. This won't see play. Then is the big one, is the Showtime. And I do like now they're doing this whole thing with the effects being numbered like the OCG cards. That's cool. You are locked into basic spellcasters in your deck, which is fine. It sets up your graveyard with a Damage Juggler, then get a Performation from your deck to your hand. That's also really big. And also, you can shuffle monster on your field to the deck, then play 1 Performation from your deck face down the field, which again, just tuning out the body, is really cool, right? If you're playing Magistar, you can discard a card with the Alistar, then bring one back and then summon out, and you can do quite a bit with that. Go into Artemis, and then go into the rank 4. That's kind of a sample play for that one. And if you've got Performance Exceeds in the field, you can give 1 monster on your field the attack of the highest monster opponent's on the field plus 1000, and of course it's meant to be used for the effect of your Trapeze Magician to make that one attack twice, and so you've got a big body that can easily clear 1, then clear 2. This is the go-to skill to play. If you're playing Performages or a generic spellcaster rank 4 deck that can use them. That is basically it. And there is the star skill, right, the Illusion of the Century. If you take damage in your turn, you can recycle a spellcaster that's banished from your graveyard back to the deck. So it's just, it's not very good. It won't see play, but it's not the worst default skill that there has been. So it is what it is. So overall, Dennis is it's a real mixed bag for me. He's got a very good generic skill. He's got a pretty decent skill for his own deck type, right? But the card situation, especially the 4th copy of this, does kind of bring him down. Why do 7's characters get skill tickets and skill chips when these guys don't? And these guys need it more, right? They do need it way more. I'm going to be farming the crap out of him and hopefully leveling up a bunch of characters ready for that big Frames World box coming, hopefully at the end of May. We'll see. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you all in the next Donks video. See you then.